Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we've got some repairs to do here, and oh yeah, I should probably switch to the correct scene. That tends to help. Okay, so we're here in RogueTech, we've got some repairs to do, and they're going to take a little longer than I would have liked, for sure. So we're going to have to take this financial report. It's not ideal. Actually, we should send Yang for mech tech research. I feel like that's the biggest deal here. Okay, so Yang is brimming with new ideas. We lose 50,000 C-bills. But that doesn't seem to have done anything. We're on 30 mech tech. Maybe the follow-up event will pop up in a bit. I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to tick forward a little bit here. That gets our mech warriors back. So let's pop into the barracks here real quick and max out any that aren't.
Standing by.
Poet still needs some work. Taboo actually can get maxed out now. So it's actually only Poet at this point. Now, I do kind of want to head into the hiring hall. That's the store. I want to head into the hiring hall. And I would like to recruit a backup pilot for right now, who is simply, and I know we have some backup pilots, but I want one more, who is simply going to sit in the simulator for the moment. And judging by cost here, Kodiak appears to be the one to go for. So we'll hire him.
New mech warriors available.
Excellent. And he's just going to sit in the simulator for a while. So for now, we're going to continue our tickage. We're going to need to tick past this financial report. I'm sad about that for sure. But we'll go on and tick on by. That is going to cost us a decent chunk of money, bringing us well below that sweet 10 million mark that I like to sit at. So we'll accept that and we will proceed here. The Fafnir will be finishing up the Awesome shortly after. Man, even the Mauler is going to take a while yet. The Annihilator will be done soon. Upon entering the mech bay, you find Yang as busy as you've ever seen him. He looks up. Commander, hey there. Remember that conference I attended? While I was there, I picked up some special synchronized tools I learned about. Finicky things, hard to keep aligned, and they need to be plugged into something like the Argo to really sing. I'd like to use them now, but the synchronization benefits will only last for so long. Afterward, they'll basically work like normal tools. What do you say? Want me to turn up the volume around here? Yes, actually. Spend extra cash to boost it further. Excellent. 9 tech points for 14 days. It's a little bit sad that that's not a permanent boost. Like, I would have preferred even just 1 mech tech point permanently. That would have been ideal, but that's not going to happen. We do need to get these repairs done. So we're going to finish those all up. We're still waiting on the Bull Shark. I'll tick forward that one day. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I just remembered we lost that heat sink. Was that in the Fafnir? I think it was in the Fafnir that we lost the heat sink. Let's see. Or did Yang replace it? He must have replaced it. No, it was not in the Fafnir. The Fafnir doesn't have any double heat sinks. It was just no, it was in the Awesome, wasn't it? Yeah, the Awesome was the one that had the torso drop. So we need to go into the Awesome here. And let's see. What do we got? Yeah, here's that double heat sink. So the double heat sink has to be removed, and then we will plop in a new double heat sink. We've got plenty of them. It's not a concern. That will take one day, and that's fine. Now, the Awesome is a backup mech, and I'm not going to tick forward for him. It'll be fine. So we'll hop into the command center. We could have gotten that done a little bit more efficiently, for sure, if I had remembered that before I ticked forward, but it's okay. And we're going to take a look at what we've got available here. We'd like to make at least 2.3 million C-bills. That's quite a bit of C-bills, in all honesty. This is actually the Lyran Commonwealth versus Federated Suns in a battle. This should do the trick. It's a free priority salvage, so we can sit here. I like it. This will get us incredibly close to 10 million. So we're going to be running not necessarily these mechs. I want to bring the Annihilator, and I want to bring it in place of the Awesome, of course. So that'll come on in, And I think the Battlemaster and the Corsair can still be backup mechs for the time being. Now, Poet, do you have Annihilator affinities? Actually, yes. So that'll work just fine. Excellent. So we're going to have our new Annihilator loadout here, of course, with the LRM-20 Zeus's and the LBX AC-10s. We'll see how that feels, if that feels any better than the Heavy Gauss loadout. Our main problem with the Heavy Gauss loadout was one of range, right? It was fundamentally the same problem that we have with the Magcat Mark II, and that's another vehicle that, rather, another mech that I would like to see finished up, or rather replaced or completely rethought, perhaps. It's something that needs to be done at some point. Darius thinks that this is going to be challenging, and he might be right. This is a 7.5 skull. We'll see how it goes. For the time being, I'm completely okay with giving this a go. This is against Davian, so we're not expecting huge enemy numbers, perhaps 8 enemy mechs. And we'll see if we get some allies from Steiner, but we're not expecting much from salvage here. We're really just after cash. That's the primary goal here. But yeah, the Magcat Mark II, I would like to find a different loadout. I'm hoping that this loadout will be solid on the Annihilator. We'll see how it goes. I know that the quirks are a little awkward for it, but it'll be fine for now, I think. We'll see how that goes. I want to give it a feel. We'll feel it out. But for now, we need to eliminate a local family's mechs. A family associated with the Federated Suns has been threatening military action against their Lyran neighbors on Alula Australis. Neither of us has any legal claim in this system, but as our allied nobles have requested help and protection, we're willing to intervene. We need a deniable force to step in and destroy the Davian threat. Commander, as soon as you make contact, expect any nearby enemy forces to close on your position. Indeed, we are expecting enemy forces. There should be at least 2 lances here.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Excellent. So let's go.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, so this is the family territory. Yep. Okay, so the units are up over here. We don't see any allied units. Now, we could drop in over this way and make our way up this hill. That feels somewhat viable. We don't know where the reinforcements are going to be, but we're definitely expecting reinforcements. Let's drop in over here, although I don't like this position here for the longbow. It really wants to put something there. Okay, let's just do this. Fantastic. So what do we got?
I'm picking up a new sensor trace.
Okay, so a
Looks like
griffin
enemy
over there. Firing rear arc on our longbow. We can't control what direction we're facing when we first... Wait, that wasn't rear arc. That was front arc. Okay, they should have gone rear arc on the Atlas. But sure. Okay, so we see an Atlas up here. We see a catapult. They're continuing to fire on the the longbow. We don't have a griffin. They're continuing to fire on the longbow and not getting a whole lot done there. So there's a longbow of theirs over here. We know that there's a Davian reinforcement lance and enemy units. There is also a ghost here. I'm expecting there's a stealth unit that we don't see here and 2 that we don't see over here. For now, our longbow will turn around, or not really turn around, but just step a bit forward. We're going to just move out over kind of sideways here, and I'd like to fire on the Atlas if we can. The Atlas hasn't moved yet, though, and the Griffin has. Are we better off attacking him? Actually, by a pretty wide margin, yes. We're going to go ahead and go for the Griffin. If RogueTech selects it. There we go. Okay, we know they're running a laser AMS, but that was still good armor reduction on that Griffin. There's an Apollo over there. That's not super frightening. Ah, a Warhammer 2C over here.
They got a lock on me.
Okay. That's fine.
How's it going?
Now, our Magcat Mark II is out of range of the Atlas, but if we sprint, we can get in range.
Good to go.
Same with the Salamander. I want to reserve until after this Atlas moves with those 2 mechs. They have a Phase 15 mover that we don't yet see. And what is it? We don't know. We have no real sign of it. The Mauler, I also want to wait to move. So the Atlas will move now or next. One of the two. The Catapult moves up. Okay. Fires rear arc on the Boar's Head with an Arrow 4. Good to know.
Took a hard hit there.
Okay.
I'm under heavy fire here.
So our Bull Shark is going to move next. The Bull Shark is going to turn around and head up over here. We will immediately start dropping artillery on this Catapult. We absolutely don't want him to get more Arrow 4 shots off if we can help it. So our artillery is going to turn on that. That laser AMS with quite a lot of range. Okay. The Atlas moves up, fires on our longbow. Gets a pretty solid hit on it there. But now, it is our turn.
Standing by.
The Fafnir is going to step up over here. Actually, over here.
Understood.
And the Fafnir is going to fire on the Atlas with the MRMs. Actually, no, it's not. That's pretty out of range. I was expecting the AC-20s to have some hit odds there. They actually didn't.
Standing by.
Our Annihilator, on the other hand, is going to move up. The LBX AC-10s should be able to fire from here. Yes, indeed. As can the LRM-20s. So we'll go ahead and fire on that. The hit odds aren't great, but we're going to use cluster munitions, and that should be fine.
Target locked.
Okay. Got some damage into that Atlas, including a head hit, surprisingly. The Salamander is going to close in as much as it can. We're going to also Warlord. Do we fire AX rounds here? I believe the answer is yes, and yeah, the answer is definitely yes. Good hits with the AX there. Next up, our Boar's Head is going to dip into this cover, and we're also going to fire on this Catapult. Now, that laser AMS may shoot down our Arrow 4 and some of our LRM-20s. We'll see. That Long Tom definitely did a lot of damage to this Catapult, though.
Roger that.
Not a hit on the Sniper Artillery. A little bit of hits, but overall not too much on that Catapult. That's sad.
What can I do for
The
you?
Mauler is going to move up. We're aiming for a clear shot here, or as clear as we can get. We'll Warlord and fire on this Atlas. This should be a fairly clear shot. Hopefully we don't stray shot the Fafnir, but that is a danger. Okay, we did not. Sounds good.
Standing by.
So now the Madcat Mark II is going to sprint its way up here.
Roger.
And
Double
it
time.
is going to also fire on the Atlas here. Now, the Atlas may become unsteady from this, but we'll see. Yeah, not a whole lot getting through there. The Atlas is almost unsteady. They move something in phase 1. Okay. So we'll see what they do here. All of our mechs are now facing the correct direction, so that's helpful. And we're just going to continue inexorably closing in on them. They're not going to have very much that they can do, in all honesty. This Ghost is popping out over here and may become a target. How many evasive does it have? 4? Okay. Just checking. The Apollo moves in. Yeah, there's a bug here where their laser AMS effect doesn't go away sometimes. That's okay. Griffin closing on in as well, firing on the Boar's Head. This is irrelevant to us.
Barely hit, Commander.
What is relevant to us is when this Arrow 4 fires, which could be any moment now. We do get movers in phase 16, but I'm not sure when this Catapult moves. So we'll see. Ah, a stealth. Okay. That's not very frightening. That's completely and totally fine. No big deal there. Next up,
Orders?
our longbow. So the longbow is going to just position out over here. I want to check what its hit odds on this Catapult would be. The answer is reasonable. And better than the Atlas, surprisingly. Not surprising that it's better than the Stealth, of course. But yeah, the hit odds on the Ghost are pretty good too. But I think that we definitely go for the Catapult, even though the hit odds on the Warhammer are slightly better. I think we go for this because at the very least that'll be a
All
knockdown.
weapons. Go.
We killed it. Beautiful. That's what we were hoping for. So the longbow takes down the catapult. It does not get to fire its arrow 4 again. They have 7 mechs remaining. Their Warhammer 2C closes in, shoots at our salamander. Does some damage to it, for sure.
Not much armor left in that location.
That's okay.
I'm losing armor.
So the Mauler is now going to move up here. I would like to get the Mauler up past the rest of our mechs, and it's worth a sprint to me, so we'll go ahead and take that. 38%, 4.3, 0.8, and 8.1. So obviously we go for the Warhammer 2C here. There's not really any question there.
Tell me what to shoot.
A solid hit there, taking out the Gauss Rifle HA-20 and making the Warhammer unsteady. That is a very big deal. I want to know where that structure exposure was. Was that just in the arm? Okay. For now, the Atlas attacking the longbow isn't the end of the world. This is becoming potentially a good artillery target, since they are grouped together. We're going to move the Madcap Mark II over this way. I suspect we're going to go for the Warhammer, 70%, and we could definitely use a good armor strip on it. So let's go ahead and do that. That was a lot of damage to that Warhammer 2C. Including a knockdown, I believe? Not quite. Okay, that's fine. Our Salamander is currently going to move up over here. Now, I would actually like the Salamander to go for this Ghost. We are going to not run AX rounds here because the armor is not amazing on this Ghost and we're in side arc. So I would actually rather that we run improved MRM-40s for the better hit chance.
Locking on target.
We did manage to get through the torso there,
Connection on that one.
or rather the armor there. I'm a little surprised that we took that long, but our damage spread out very far there, which is a little sad. The Annihilator is going to move up over here, and I expect...
Confirmed.
Well, we could go for the Warhammer, or we could go for the Ghost. The hit odds on the Warhammer are way better, and that's what we're going to take. No doubt about it. That laser AMS is really trying. I'll give it that. So the Warhammer 2C gets knocked down there. I was a little bit surprised that we didn't see a pilot ejection there. That Warhammer 2C doesn't have much left, so that's okay. The Bull Shark is going to step forward. As I said, this is a good target for our artillery since they're grouped up. We're going to fire on... Actually, hit odds are about the same, and LRM hit odds are better on the Atlas. So we're going to go for that.
Locked and loaded. Here it comes.
Nice. That laser AMS still going off. We're not shocked about that necessarily, but that Apollo is probably doing pretty poorly on the heat. So our Fafnir is going to move up. I feel like the Fafnir is overkill on the Warhammer. If we Warlord it, we have good hit odds on this Ghost, actually, and we could get the kill on the Ghost, and the Warhammer should be killable by another mech. There we go. Perfect.
Mech destroyed.
So the Fafnir gets another kill, and the Boar's Head is going to step up over this way,
Rolling.
and we're going to continue firing on this Atlas. In fact, our hit odds are better on the stealth, surprisingly. But what if we were to run in direct fire mode? Still better on the stealth. Okay, cool. So we'll definitely take that. We'll hit that stealth. It has low armor.
Here it comes.
That was not a good sniper artillery shot. The Arrow 4 shot was pretty good, though.
Let's hit him hard.
That stealth's armor is lowering, but it's not super low. Next up is our Madcap Mark II, which is going to position up over here. We're going to go for the kill on the Warhammer 2C with the Madcap Mark II at this time. I'm not going to fire this MRM-40. I believe that that is overkill.
I got it.
And there we go. Perfect. 3/4 of the way through the first glance. And now the Salamander is going to make its way forward over here.
On my way.
We're a little bit concerned about heat, but I'm just checking. 38% on this Atlas. We'll take it.
Acknowledged.
That should be a knockdown. And there we go. We also got a head hit there. This could incapacitate the Atlas. And it did. Beautiful. So that stealth is still there. Our Fafnir could fire on that. Just MRMs, but that will get a knockdown on it, most likely. I like it. Ooh, it didn't knock down. I'm actually surprised. The longbow will move in, and the longbow is going to look for the kill here. Or, no, it is knocked down, isn't it? It is. Of course it is. So, we're not going to fire this enhanced LRM-15 due to heat. We did destroy the stealth's ERPPC, and we got an engine crit. But it's not dead. The Mauler is going to move up. It only has the one target, and that is the stealth. Now, this is not the clearest shot I've ever seen. I'm only going to fire one heavy Gauss here, and only 2 ER medium lasers. Well, we didn't stray shot with the heavy Gauss, so that's good. The Bull Shark is going to move up over here. We do have the Apollo and the Griffin. I feel like, given these two, the Apollo is the bigger threat. So we're going to start armor stripping on that. He did not laser AMS that. Fascinating. A sensor lock on the Salamander is not tremendously relevant to us. Our Boar's Head is going to step up over here. And we're going to continue going for the Apollo. Mediocre artillery hits there, and basically no LRM hits. We're getting a little close, so that's not super shocking to me. The Annihilator is going to step in and go for the kill on the stealth. This should definitely be a kill. The stealth armor was destroyed. And there we go. Cool. 3 mechs remain. We know where 2 of them are. Phase 17, this is the Apollo. Okay. He shoots a few missiles there. Ah, those are landmines. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. But that's probably fine-ish. Yeah, those mines are annoying, for sure. How do we want to deal with them? Well... Oh, there's an infiltrator up there. With, like, nothing left. Interesting. So the longbow is going to move out over here. And I don't think firing at the infiltrator with the longbow is worthwhile. I think that we should continue to fire at the Apollo, and we're going to ditch the enhanced LRM-15s for the moment and just fire the ELRMs. I am going to Warlord this. What? I don't think it took the Warlord. Okay. That was a little odd. The Mauler is going to move out over here. I don't feel like firing the heavy Gauss at the infiltrators necessary. Yeah, we didn't get those hits. I'm not shocked. Did we stray shot? We may have. Didn't hear a report about it. The Fafnir, it is going to get some Thunder Mines here. That's okay. I think we'll not fire the UAC-20s, but everything else. We did hit him with a single MRM there. Boarding Claws destroyed, but they shot down 13 with their AMS. That's doing pretty well. No doubt about it. The Salamander is going to position here. We're just going to fire the ATM-12 and the MRM-40. This should kill the infiltrator. There we go. Perfect. So that's out of here. Next up, we have the Griffin, the Longbow, and the Apollo. And the Longbow is the centrally located one there. So the Madcap Mark II is going to make its way around over this way. We see only only 1 Thunder Mine there. So that's okay. No problem. We don't get LOS. The Bull Shark is going to get into cover over here, and we're going to drop on the Longbow here for splash damage purposes. Not the greatest long tom shot I've ever seen, but it's okay. I mean, their armor is very low, The mines do complicate things, but not by a huge degree. So next up is our Boar's Head. The Boar's Head does not need to move. We're going to continue hitting the longbow. That laser AMS is definitely a problem, isn't it? We do need to take care of that. The longbow moves up, does not fire. Next up is our Annihilator. Now, the Annihilator's got dual LRM-20s, and so can fire indirect. I would like to shoot at this Apollo. Only 14% hit odds, but let's give it a go. Because I want to proc that laser AMS and have their heat build up. So now is going to be the Apollo. Moves back through the fire. Shoots at the Boar's Head, misses everything. Cool. Okay. Next up is our longbow. The longbow will step forward, and we're going to continue hitting the Apollo, I think. We need to overwhelm that AMS. And we need to get I mean, the AMS needs to go. There's no other way around it. We're going to move up over this way. I did not intend to move there. I meant to move into the cover over here. But I guess we're going to take that landmine. Not a huge deal that there's only one landmine there, so that's fine. The Mauler is going to sprint on up and loses heat. A lot of these mechs are not in LOS at the moment. The Madcat Mark II is going to make its way up over here. Only 2 mines, so that's not too bad. No problem there. The Fafnir is going to follow that same path. We see no mines here. I thought I sprinted it, but okay. I guess not. The Bull Shark is going to continue to step forward, and I think we're going to go for the Apollo here. The Apollo's armor is getting very low, and they're a little too spread out for splash damage to be super effective anyway. We did break through the armor on the Apollo now. The Annihilator is going to step up over this way, and we're going to hope to annihilate this Apollo. That would be nice. One of our LRM-20 is jammed, though, which is not ideal. Only armor damage there. Sad. The LRM did unjam, though. The Apollo steps forward. Looks like more mines. Yep. Dropping more mines on our Mad Cat. These mines seem to be fairly thin, though. The longbow moves up. If the Boar's Head moves here, that's 17 mines, so that's quite a number. Okay. Let's finish off that Apollo. It's gotta go. That's a lot of internal damage to it. Sadly, no crit. But it's barely got anything left. I'm a little surprised it wasn't knocked down either. Okay, so the Griffin moves up, shoots at the Mad Cat. That's okay. It can do that all it wants. So they're obviously trying to deny us access to this hill. It's not really going to work in their favor. The longbow and the Griffin just swapped positions. Okay. An interesting choice for sure. So, I mean, this will slow us down a little, but it's not going to stop us. Griffin shooting at the Mad Cat, kind of irrelevant. Okay. Now it's our longbow's turn, and the longbow is going to move up here. We're going for the Apollo. I want the kill on it. We'll fire an enhanced LRM-15. In fact, we'll fire both. And we'll Warlord it. This should definitely be a kill on this Apollo. There we go. So the Apollo is out of here. Next up, our Madcat Mark II. This would be 41 mines. We're going to accept that. I'm not happy about it, but we'll accept it. So we see rear arc on this longbow and side arc on this Griffin. Our hit odds are better on the Griffin, and that's what we'll take. We're going to Warlord to boost the odds, and I don't want to fire on the longbow. I want to fire on the Griffin. Thank you. Okay, so that's a structure exposure on that Griffin, and he is now unsteady. Next up, our Salamander can continue to make its way up through here. We see this is going to be 33 mines. This is going to be 27, so this is actually a better way to go. Beautiful. So, yeah, we take a lot of leg damage there, for sure. But we have rear arc access to this longbow. We're going to Warlord. Do we want to fire AX rounds here? I don't think there's enough armor in this rear arc to justify it. There we go. One dead longbow. It never really got to do anything. And all that's left now is that Griffin. The Griffin should fall to our indirect fire yet this round. The Mauler will move up. It doesn't do anything. It's out of LOS, and I don't really want to move it into the minefield anyway. The Fafnir, I'm not going to move it any further into the minefield. We'll call that good. The Annihilator can move out over here. And we're just going to drop some LRMs on this Griffin. We're not expecting a kill exactly here, although it could happen. We're not expecting a kill, but we are expecting to strip some armor off of it. Nice. We did see an engine crit there too, so that's very, very good. Now, our Boar's Head could easily see a kill here. Oh yeah, that's a kill. Right? Oh, I thought for sure that would be a kill. It's a knockdown, which may still result in a kill. Pilot ejection. Okay.
Mission successful.
I was pretty sure that that would kill him. So, I mean, we definitely took a little bit of damage, particularly in the Mad Cat's leg. We knew that that was going to happen when we went up the hill there, but I feel like that was still worthwhile. So that'll be okay. We got a pretty good chunk of payment. We should get a bonus for the secondary lance as well, although it's probably not going to be huge. Yeah. 2.25 mil. That's okay. Let's see what we get from salvage. We took a little bit of armor damage. It shouldn't be too bad to get that put back together. We may yet be able to deploy this month tick, and that would be amazing if we could. I'd be very, very happy about that. Now, we could get an Atlas K2 part. We could get a spare Arrow 4. We do have 4 of those, so I don't think that that's hugely important to have around. There's an Engine Core 400 here. We have 2 of them. So I don't think that's necessary to take either. Clan double heat sinks, we could use them, but they're not hugely important. I don't think we really care too much about what we take here. Maybe just the HA-20, but we have 2 of those as well. Clan LRM-15 is pretty good. I would go for it if it was a Clan LRM-20. I think we'll go for it anyway. It's not great. We don't get this ER large laser. We've got 3 of them. SRM-6 streak, we'll get rid of that. A Clan cockpit is always nice to have around. And an XL engine, we've got 2 of them. So we'll sell that, and that will put us up over 10 million C-bills before our repair costs. The question is, will our repair costs put us past the month tick, and will they put us over 10 million C-bills still? That's the question that we've got here. Now, we didn't take that much armor damage. The Mad Cat took a lot of damage to that leg, but it's only in that one position. Similarly, the longbow didn't take that much far spread out damage. It didn't even take that much damage overall. I don't expect this to be a huge amount of damage taken. That's, I think, what I'm going to go with. I'm expecting it to be maybe 300,000, probably not even 300,000. Like 200,000 C-bills, tops. I think. Let's see what Yang says. What do you got, Yang? 150k, 18 days. That's what I like to see. Okay, so we are expecting it to be less than 18 days. That is wonderful. How long will it actually take? That's a fairly spread... We did take that 1 Arrow 4 shot. It's fairly spread out here, but this will be pretty quick. This will be pretty quick. I think we'll have this done before the month tick. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll find out. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.